From translation, NKJV New King James Version. This 74th day of the year. Today we are reading passages Joshua 16 to 18. Joshua chapter 16, verses 1 to 10. The lot for the children of Joseph fell from the Jordan by Jericho, to the water of Jericho on the east, to the wilderness that goes up from Jericho through the mountains to Bethel. Then it went up from Bethel to Luz, and passed along to the border of Archai to Ataroth, and it went down westward to the border of Japhlet, as far as the border of Lower Beit Horon. Then it went out to the sea, the border of the children of Joseph, from the Jordan by Jericho, to the waters of Jericho on the east, to the wilderness that goes up from Jericho through the mountains to Bethel. The border of the children of Ephraim, according to their families, was thus: the border of their inheritance on the east side was Ataroth Adar, as far as Upper Beit Horon. And the border went out toward the sea on the north side of Michmethath. Then the border turned around eastward to Tarnath Shiloh, and passed by it on the east to Janohah. And it went down from Janohah to Ataroth and to Nara, touched Jericho, and came out at the Jordan. And it went out from Tappuah westward to the brook Cana, and it ended at the sea. This was the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Ephraim, according to their families. The separate cities for the children of Ephraim were among the inheritance of the children of Manasseh, all the cities with their villages. And they did not drive out the Canaanites who dwelt in Jezer, but the Canaanites dwell among the Ephraimites to this day, and have become forced laborers. Joshua chapter 17, verses 1 to 13. This was the lot for the tribe of Manasseh, for he was the firstborn of Joseph. To Machir the firstborn of Manasseh, the father of Gilead, were allotted Gilead and Bashan, because he was a man of war, and he was given the rest of the children of Manasseh according to their families. The children of Abiezer, the children of Helek, the children of Asriel, the children of Shechem, the children of Hepher, and the children of Shemida. These were the male children of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, according to their families. But Zelophehad the son of Hepher had no sons, but daughters, whose names were Mahlah, Noah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. 10 portions fell to Manasseh, besides the land of Gilead and Bashan, which is on the other side of the Jordan, because the daughters of Manasseh received an inheritance among his sons. And the rest of Manasseh's sons had the land of Gilead. The territory of Manasseh was from Asher to Michmethath, that is, east of Shechem, and it extended along the east side to the sunrising, to the inhabitants of Tarnath Shiloh, and beyond it to the east. Manasseh had the land of Tappuah, but Tappuah on the border of Manasseh belonged to the children of Ephraim, and the border descended to the brook Cana, southward to the brook. These cities of Ephraim were among the cities of Manasseh. The border of Manasseh was on the north side of the brook, and it ended at the sea. Southward it was Ephraim's, and northward it was Manasseh's, and the sea was its border. Their territory was toward Asher on the north, and toward Issachar on the east. And in Issachar and in Ashbah, Manasseh had Beit Shean and its villages, Ibleam and its villages, the inhabitants of Dor and its villages, the inhabitants of Endor and its villages, the inhabitants of Tarnak and its villages, and the inhabitants of Megiddo and its villages, 3 heights. Yet the children of Manasseh could not drive out the inhabitants of those cities, but the Canaanites were determined to dwell in that land. And it happened, when the children of Israel grew strong, that they put the Canaanites to forced labor, but did not utterly drive them out. Joshua chapter 18, verses 1 to 32. Now the whole congregation of the children of Israel assembled together at Shiloh, and set up the tabernacle of meeting there, and the land was subdued before them. But there remained among the children of Israel 7 tribes, which had not yet received their inheritance. Pick out for yourselves 3 men from each tribe, and I will send them. They shall rise and walk through the land, survey it according to their inheritance, and come back to me. And they shall divide it into 7 parts. Judah shall remain in their territory on the south, and the house of Joseph shall remain in their territory on the north. So the men went, passed through the land, and wrote the survey in a book in 7 parts. Then they came to Joshua at the camp in Shiloh. And Joshua cast lots for them in Shiloh before the Lord, and there Joshua divided the land to the children of Israel according to their divisions. Now the lot of the tribe of the children of Benjamin came up according to their families, and the territory of their lot came between the children of Judah and the children of Joseph. Their border on the north side began at the Jordan, and the border went up to the side of Jericho on the north, and went up through the mountains westward. It ended at the wilderness of Beit Aven. The border passed from their Luz, to the side of Luz southward to Ataroth, which belongs to Benjamin, to the boundary between Beit Horon and the border of the north side of Lower Beit Horon, and it ended at the sea. The border on the west side was the Great Sea, from the southern boundary. The border turned on the north side toward the entrance of the Hamath Pass. The border went out at Zedad. The border on the south side began at the end of the Salt Sea, from the bay that faces southward. The border went up on the west side southward to the mountain that lies before the valley of Achor. And it passed along to the north of the mountain of Beit Horon, and it ended at Kirjath-jearim, which is a city of Judah. The border went out on the north side to En-Shemesh. And it ended at Jeliloth, which is before the ascent of Adamim, and it went down to the stone of Bohan the son of Reuben. And it passed along to the north side of the mountain of Beit Horon, and ended at Kirjath-Baal, which is Kirjath-jearim, a city of the children of Judah. This was the west side. The border on the south side began at the end of the Salt Sea, from the bay that faces southward, and it went out to the southern side of the mountain of Beit Horon, and extended to Kirjath-Baal, which is Kirjath-jearim, and went up to the west side to the mountain that lies before the valley of Hinnom, northward, which is the valley of Rephaim. And it went down to the valley of Hinnom, to the side of the Jebusite on the south, and descended to En-Rogel. And the border went through the valley of the son of Hinnom, to the southern slope of the Jebusite, it went out to En-Rogel. And it went up to the valley of Hinnom, to the southern side of the Jebusite, and went up to the top of the mountain that lies before the valley of Hinnom westward, which belonged to the border of the children of Judah. This was the west border. And the border of the north side was from the great sea, by the way of Hethlon, as one goes to Zedad, Hamath, Berotha, Sibraim, which is between the border of Damascus and the border of Hamath, to Hazar-Hatticon, which is on the border of Horon. The cities of the tribe of Benjamin, according to their families, were Jericho, Beit Hogla, Emek-Keziz, Beit Araba, Zemaraim, Bethel, Avim, Para, Ophrah, Chephar-Ammoni, Ophni, and Jebah, 12 cities with their villages. Jibon, Ramah, Beeroth, Mizpeh, Chephra, Moza, Rechem, Erpeel, Tarala, Zela, Elif, Jebus, which is Jerusalem, Jibah and Kiriath, 14 cities with their villages. This was the inheritance of the children of Benjamin, according to their families.